If I can, since we'll make up a little bit of time using this as an opportunity, if I may, to try and call Mr. Ankush Sharma. Ankush? Being at the hotbed of technology here, we should certainly hear about energy technologies and the latest that Ankush has been working on. So, Ankush?
Yeah, thank you. So, good morning to all of you. So, today I am going to present rural microgrid project. Actually, this is a part of a big project which is called UI Assist, that is US India Collaborative for Smart Distribution System and Storage. Basically, this is a consortium of Indian and US organizations. In India, we have 15 organizations, including 5 IITs, then TERI, NTPC, BSES, Rajdhani Power, Synergy Systems, Power Grid, and so on. Like, it's a mix of academic and industrial as well as utility partners. In fact, we have an NGO, that is Shamik Bharti Foundation. Pandeyji is there in the meeting today. And then we have 15 US partners, like they are utility partners, industry partners, as well as the academic partners. So the overall objective of this project is to bring up the smart distribution system. This was started in 2017. In fact, Professor Srivastava started this project, and last year he gave the task to me to execute it. So I am just following what he is instructing to me. From Indian side, the IIT Kanpur is the lead organization, and from US, Washington State University is the lead organization, and we are collaborating with other consortia partners. So, as I mentioned, the objective is to bring up the next generation of smart distribution system. What the shape of the distribution system will take place when we talk about the integrated resources, including like renewables, battery storages, all those are coming into the power system network. So we need to evolve the next generation of smart distribution system which can integrate these type of renewable energy sources without any issues. So this project is divided into 11 themes. So theme 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 10 are mostly the research themes where we are doing the R&D work related to energy storage, then microgrid active distribution system. In fact, cyber security also we have taken care of. DSO function, that is distribution system operator, which will overall monitor and control the distribution system. Then what are the regulatory aspects which we need to build when we talk about the next generation of distribution system. Then this is something which is directly touching the masses, that is the social impact. When we will build and deploy these kind of systems, what will be the impact on the society, how people will behave when such kind of establishments are given at various locations in country. And then the workforce development and benchmark systems and project management are such other themes which are part of this project. Now, in fact, if we talk about the project, we have total 10 pilots in this project. 5 are from US and 5 are from India. In India, we have 2 urban, 2 semi-urban and 1 rural pilot. So 1 urban, 1 semi-urban we are executing in the campus itself. I would encourage you to just visit those pilots sometimes when you get the time. And rural pilot we are executing around 40 kilometers from here. The place is called Shivrajpur. There we have one village called Harnu village, and it is in fact has a very interesting story. We started hunting for the places where we see that there is no electricity. So we started with lot of places around Kanpur, and we found somehow with the help of our NGO Shamik Bharti that we have 2 hamlets in Shivrajpur area which are not electrified. So this is the activity which took around 6 to 7 months to identify. In 2018 we identified, but thanks to the elections, government announced the Saubhagya scheme and they got electricity in 2019. So although we thought that we will start with the village which is unelectrified, but they got electricity before we could start this project. Now the process which we thought of was to give them reliable power supply when they don't have a grid. We had to change our strategy. Now we are saying that we will give you more reliable power supply, because in villages you will have say 7 or 8 hours of electricity in 24 hours. So we developed the model or the architecture of the project in such a way that they get more reliable power supply now. So we have 2 hamlets. One is called Chabba Nevada and Bargadia Purva, which are part of Harnu village, and the population is around we have 170 houses, 85 and 75. 85 are in Chabba Nevada and 75 are in Bargadia Purva hamlet. There we have installed solar, biomass and battery storage systems. I'll give you the architecture we are following in the village. And we also have the biomass, because in one of the hamlets, Bargadia Purva, we saw that there are a lot of cattle. So we proposed the biomass system, which is of 30 kilowatt capacity, and it also helps in providing the fertilizer for the farmers, that is organic fertilizers. So in that way we are trying to clean up that hamlet, because when we visited, in fact if I can show you the pictures, so when we visited the Bargadia Purva hamlet, we saw that a lot of cow dungs were there all across the roads or lanes of that hamlet. So we thought that it's better if we can provide such solution which can help them in both ways, like cleaning up the lanes as well as providing them the electricity as an alternate source for the illumination and other activities. So these are the figures which are the initial figures when we actually started the execution of the project. This is our first meeting in late 2018. At that time the electricity was not there. So we were very happy that we are now providing electricity to the hamlets. Then in fact some of the houses were using small solar panels for illumination, like 5 watt or 10 watt of the solar panels for basic illumination, like small 5 watt LED bulbs you can use. Then DVVNL, that is Dakshinanchal Vidyut Vitran Nigam, which is local utility over there. We partnered with them because they are also a consortium member for this particular project. We partnered with them and we somehow upgraded the transformer, because with the Saubhagya scheme they were giving 25 kV of transformer, which was not sufficient in our architecture. So we upgraded, asked them to upgrade it to 69 kVA of capacity. And this is our groundbreaking ceremony for the setting up the control center in the village hamlet. Professor Srivatava is doing the groundbreaking ceremony, and in fact this is our discussion with the society. So in this particular arrangement we have also created one village society, because we thought that the collection of the energy bills is not possible when we have this kind of structure, because now the DVNL will only supply power till transformer. After that someone has to take care of collecting the bills, because now 3 different energy sources are involved over there. So one is your solar, then you have biomass, and you have grid supply. So we thought of creating the village society, which will be empowered to collect the energy bills from the villagers and make the project self-sustainable, because until unless you make the project self-sustainable, after say 4 or 5 years when our AMC will be over, it will not be able to continue for a longer period. So we created the village society as well to continue it further without any further financial support. So this is the architecture. We have in Bargadia Purva we have 100 kilowatt hour of lithium ion battery energy storage system, which is connected to the local distribution system using hybrid inverter. In Bargadia Purva we have 30 kilowatt of biomass, and we also have 30 kilowatt of solar system over there. So in fact they have 60 kilowatt of energy supply when the grid is not available. So grid is anyway connected, but sometimes you may not get electricity from the grid, and then these local source will support for powering the village houses. And then in Chabba Nevada we have again 100 kilowatt hour of lithium ion battery storage system powering the villages through hybrid inverter. Then here we have 70 kilowatt of solar panels, and these two hamlets are also connected through AC/DC AC converter internally. So if grid supply is not available at any of the village hamlet, and the load on any side of the hamlet is higher than the existing sources we have, the other hamlet can internally supply power. So in that way we are realizing first of its kind the interconnected microgrid in India, because this arrangement is something which we are trying for the first time in country. And the other important components are that we are keeping the limit of energy supply to 25 kilowatts, so that not any side of the system gets overloaded. They get sufficient power supply, but they do not tend to overload any other part of the distribution system. So with this we are using the systems with the help of one microgrid controller also, which automatically takes the decision based on what kind of energy sources you want to dispatch. So in fact in daytime solar will get the priority, solar will supply power to the villages, and then in the night time we'll see the biomass system will be kicked in, and in case of no supply and we want the power in the night, the battery energy storage system is sufficient to give power to the villages. Now we have almost implemented some small changes are being done in this particular setup. So the feedback from the villagers is that now they are gets disturbed when they do not get supply. So they now with the help of this setup they are getting 24/7 power supply, and this is very big achievement for them because now they can schedule their other activities. So for giving them the self-sustainable model as well as giving them the opportunity for employment, we have also given the processing plant as part of this project, where they can put their small for the produce processing plants like atta chakki and the oil spiller, so that they can use their farm produce and package it and send it to the market. So since the daytime we have lot of solar power available, that solar power can pump the processing plant and give them the model for processing the agriculture produce. And these are the latest figures where you can see the control center and our processing plant and the solar panel in Chabba Nevada and the biomass in Bargadia Purva, and they can send and receive power using our AC/DC AC interconnection when we do not have supply from the grids. So that's a brief from my side, and open for questions.
Yeah, so what is the economic model for this kind of pilot, and how scalable is the model? Let's say you go on a different level.
So technically it is scalable because we need to just scale up the solar or your biomass system. Depending upon the local availability of cow dung, you can scale up the biomass system. You can scale up the battery storage system. Right now, based on our initial survey,
What is the business model?
Business
for this?
economic.
yeah, so business model for that business model, we created the local village society. They will collect.
टैरिफ कितना है? पर यूनिट कितना चार्ज करते हैं?
So tariff is right now we have fixed because in that village utility charges around 3.5. We are taking 3.25, and the advantage is that since solar is free and the solar power is being given to villagers, they will be billed with 3 rupees 25 paise, irrespective of whether it is coming from solar or from the utility grid. So in that way, the society will keep on accumulating the
कैपेक्स
But capex-
capex is anyway being taken care by the.
then how much is the capex? How much it is spent? Forget whether who donated the money, but capex कितना?
Capex kitna it was
Generally, it is 4 crore per megawatt.
Yeah, maybe you can,
No,
your experience.
No, no.
you say something.
Yeah,
It was-
so
it
that
was-
utility side, it's generally 4 crore megawatts for solar.
no, it doesn't contain only solar. We have biomass, and in fact civil construction is also involved.
Solar is the cheapest.
So just as a ballpark figure, how much did we spend on that?
It was I think between 4 to 5 crores, because it was part of the bigger project in which our urban and semi-urban pilots were also executed. So I think segregation,
विलेज प्रोजेक्ट में कितना हुआ? विलेज वाले में कितना?
I think around 2.5 crores.
No, pilot
Actually, the
you can-
costliest is battery.
Battery, yeah, battery.
Battery, if you can change the chemistry, like, we are hoping that battery cost will go down.
So storage is the most expensive.
Yes, yes, yes.
Storage. And is there any redundant power during the daytime from the solar, which
Yes,
is
yes.
not fed anywhere?
No, it is going to the grid, and we have net metering arrangement.
Net metering arrangement.
And they are, now it is going to be.
So that is, this microgrid is connected to the bigger grid.
Yes, yes.
And we have agreement with the local utility, because they are also partner for single point metering, net metering. So they will also.
But for batteries, for a larger scale, the scale is not workable because how can we have so many batteries? Let's say we're doing for campus, IIT Kanpur campus.
Yeah, so I mean, we have to work out the
Yeah.
economics, but for this smaller installations,
Yeah.
it is workable.
You are getting second-hand batteries from China now, or you to start getting it in India also. Electric vehicle retired batteries, which is the best solution for storage for
Also is
solar.
possible. Or maybe, why do you want to go for lithium? Why don't you convince me?
Exactly, so that is, storage is the most expensive thing.
But here, since we have committed to deploy lithium, that was the demand from 2026. But cheaper solutions are there. So I'm sure that cost will be drastically reduced. We go from lithium.
But we need to have a proper business model for that before, otherwise scaling up will not take.
So this 1 year which is left is to work out the business model, applicability, any alternate service.
Do you generate credits out of this?
Carbon credit.
Not yet
Yeah.
thought of, but yeah.
Okay, so when you think about your economic model also, you have about
Yes,
including
yes.
carbon.
Actually, that is part we.
4 crores is too aggressive for a megawatt worth of solar. That's way on a very higher side. Right?
It was the highest thing. No, it's
all
costs are going high.
So
Latest, the tender is higher than 4 crore.
Now it is going up.
It's now going high.
Now it is going up.
No, but-
Going down, not yet going up.
No, but that's a temporary phenomenon in the world
Yeah.
because of the silicon gland.
Yes, could be, yes.
not the right
What
model.
is the project for batteries?
It's 8 years. 8 years they have.
7 years they have guaranteed, but because we have gone for 6,000 cycles. Which is
So essentially we are saying that the investment in batteries will happen every 7 years.
At least,
Investment in batteries will happen every 7 years.
no, 10 years cycle.
Not really. Go more.
Not really. It
They
will
go
continue.
more.
Or every, whatever that.
Because number of
My car batteries lasted me 8.5 years. LLP. For solar, the life cycles are much lower, less intensive. So they will definitely last.
But anyway, the battery is on the storage. and you add energy cost to it, the latest tender in Gujarat battery cost is coming in 9 rupees per unit storage charge. And you add 4 rupees of the energy input, it becomes a 13 rupees close.
Yes, correct.
So
So,
I'm saying ki,
Again,
No,
actually-
just one intervention, sorry.
Statistics says that the storage plus production through the solar and the storage in the any other solar form is now cheaper than any
Sir,
other
actually I
storage
come to
medium,
that point when I
hydro
exactly my top of that.
Okay,
Exactly.
discuss
Exactly
that.
Yeah, because if we start looking at it
Sir,
that
give me
way.
5 minutes, because government of India is continuously struggling with this issue.
Yeah, I get that.
I just give you numbers
Because
to
if
understand.
If we get into numbers, right, we're going to get into a loop where we'll never get out, right?
My, but
Now,
my
what happens when
feeling
you,
is, no, my feeling is that you have to get the numbers.
now what happens when you dispose these batteries? What is the
No, that is,
impact on
that's
the
added cost.
environment, right? What
That is another added cost to it. So
So-
that's an added cost. I am saying when you don't even talk about disposing batteries, even
If
the
you succeed
design
in recycling, then it reduces the
It's a
cost.
vicious
even the
cycle. You
Yeah.
cannot just look at
most
it from
economical
another
option of storage now pumped hydro storage. That is most economical as of now. At the grid level, that is also costing 5 rupees per unit. That then you add energy cost to it, becomes 7 or 8 rupees. So that's where, in fact, sir, even government of India and government of MP, everybody is stuck at that.
Why are you making 4 rupees? It's 2.5 rupees per unit. Solar.
Sir,
No, storage capex.
No, he's taking
so
the
actually,
power.
sir, so right, I see that. So there is a what everybody talked about cost of renewable is only on bus bar. So when you should talk about renewable should be at system level. So a huge system cost attached to the renewables.
You are adding a lot of inefficiencies than other ones.
No, no, sir. I mean,
How many inefficiencies you are adding?
no, sir. It's not that way. Because to take care of intermittency, the kind of adjustment that you have to do in a grid, that cost, you just put a ballpark figure, it's prohibitive. So the whole point is that there is no debate in government of India or government of MP that greening should not be done. The only question is what is the cost and who should bear the cost. Bigger question is that ultimately who is going to bear this whole cost. This,
No, that's why you have to have the market forces decide for them. You have to have a business model, and it is tilting in favor of the green energy.
I sir,
Clean
I have
energy.
it. I have it as a slide now.
Yeah.
We'll come to that
Yes.
moment. I think we'll take
Yeah.
one last question from Anand. Excuse me, just 1 second. We'll take one last question from Anand.
Power supply available in the village. Have you seen any new kind of activities, enterprises coming
So
up?
they have started the food processing systems.
So thanks to.
That's the impact that we have measured, right?
They are there.
So we have built a separate building. Again, I will not say that that should be built everywhere for local cottage industries. So I think they are helping.
So it was part of the project.
Yes.
And they are.
And villagers come up with their own initiative. One of the projects.
They are coming.
Yeah, but it is very interesting to see that they have not seen electricity. Now they have seen, they cannot live without electricity even for 1 hour. So that is the change we have seen.
Maybe at some point it would be nice to.
And we
get
have
a
also
view of
provided
that.
solar pumps that for irrigation purpose. So 6 solar pumps in every 100 square.
So,
That has increased the productivity. Sorry,
yes. We can hear from him too, right?
Pandey ji, if you can give some
अगर आप
thought
अपना
on
कुछ अनुभव बता सके इसके बारे में।
you can.